I have to say that our gospel lesson this morning should have a child-proof cap on it. I was fairly young when I first heard this passage in the church, and it scared me to death. I wanted to follow Jesus, but this passage told me that in order to do so, I had to turn my back on my parents and my siblings. In that version I heard as a child, it said that you had to hate your mother and father, your sisters and your brothers. Now, the sibling thing was not always a deal breaker. But how could Jesus ask me to hate or turn my back on my mother? So take my advice. Never, ever read this passage to children. Some adults can't handle this passage until we take a closer look. And to be honest, after taking a closer look, many other adults can't handle this passage. So, large crowds were following Jesus from place to place to hear what he had to say and see what he was doing. Most likely, the majority of these crowds were people who were struggling both under the Roman occupation and the harshness of their own society. They were poor, overburdened, marginalized, and insecure because of the politics of the day. And so they found comfort, revitalization, respect, and encouragement as Jesus spoke plainly about social justice issues and how God's kingdom would bring justice to all people. Jesus helped them to see their lives in a totally new way. He gave them a message of empowerment. He healed them and he fed them, and then he invited them to follow him faithfully. Now we remember that at this point in Jesus' life, he had turned his face to Jerusalem. And he knew that a cross awaited him. He's running out of time. And he gets very blunt and even harsh when compared to Matthew's version of this teaching. This harshness in Jesus' language is uncomfortable. And we don't like to be uncomfortable. Jesus is very serious here. He wants to expand his circle of disciples because he's leaving. And he wants a larger group of people to carry on his gospel. How many of us have gone into situations, maybe a job, a new family, a club, a volunteer position, and not been told the whole truth of what we were getting into? We can feel duped and wide-eyed, thinking that the task will be easier than it will be, or that everyone gets along and we have a great place to work, only to find out it's more complicated. Jesus did not want his disciples to be wide-eyed. He wanted to have his disciples have eyes wide open. And so he puts it all out on the table with a bit of hyperbole thrown in. To accept and to follow Jesus Christ is no kind of casual discipleship. It is a commitment beyond all other commitments, above family, friends, job, hobbies, above everything else. It is a commitment to bear a cross if needed. Think about that. It is a commitment that challenges all of us. It is a commitment that discourages some of us. It is a commitment that we are not always honest about. It is a standard that is sacrificial, and it is a commitment that, quite honestly, we take too lightly in our time. Most people understand their job commitments, for example. We wouldn't think of not showing up at the appointed hour because, we just wanted to sleep in that day. We wouldn't think of not putting our best efforts and energies to get our task done because we don't feel like we really have the time. We wouldn't think of taking a break from work except on those days we have earned to do so. We wouldn't think of telling our boss we don't want to do something because we've done that before and it's really not our thing. Jesus understands there are consequences to following him, with living life as he did. And he wants us to understand the costs to us. Again, this is no casual discipleship. One must be willing to champion the cause of the poor and the diseased. To view one's calling as more expansive than the confines of temple or church. To live a life of relative poverty, unwilling to take bribes and to amass wealth on the backs of the oppressed or the unaware. To struggle for the alleviation of poverty and a living wage for all at the expense of our own privilege. To expand one's conception of family. To include neighbors near and far. Jesus asks potential disciples to follow him with their eyes wide open. And he tells two short parables. What leader would begin building a tower without counting the cost of the project? If one didn't figure out what the cost would be, how many laborers were needed, what materials had to be gotten, that person will fail. That person would be short-sighted or even incompetent. And that person would experience great ridicule. There's a bit of a tower in Cuyahoga Falls. Some of us remember well. It still is ugly and standing there because the costs were not counted. And the leader of that church was highly ridiculed when that happened. Or what leader would go into battle without knowing how many troops were needed, how much food was needed, what armaments were needed, or where the enemy would even be met? That leader would soon be waving a flag of surrender and would be subject to the terms of the enemy. So Jesus said to this traveling crowd that was with him, rejoicing over his words, shouting their hosannas, and asking to follow him, to count the cost of being a disciple. Because to be a disciple is not for the faint-hearted. Disciples will have to put faith first, even if that means speaking and standing on God's truth to the closest people to them. Disciples must give up the love of overabundance, which in all societies is a mark of social status, in order to give away to those who are crushed by poverty and prejudice. disciples must buck the very systems that hold others down. There are some people who want their Christianity to only be about personal salvation. But it is not. Christianity is about our response to receiving grace, receiving salvation, understanding we have already been redeemed by our crucified God. The call to discipleship is demanding, and it is sacrificial. And that was as unpopular to the traveling crowd as it is in our own society. We are challenged to be faithful in stewardship. We are challenged to be faithful with our money. We are challenged to be faithful in worship attendance. We are challenged to be faithful in our relationships, faithful in business, faithful with our tax returns, faithful in our words and our behaviors. And that is a high price to pay. And we must be honest about that, because Jesus was honest about that. I would imagine that there were many in the crowd who heard these words and slowly began moving to the edges of the multitude, trying not to be seen. But there were also others who moved even closer to Jesus, more invigorated, clearer, steadier, and appreciative to know what they were signing up for. So we hear Jesus' voice speaking to us, and we have to decide daily where we stand in the crowd. And we must decide about the character of our own Christian lives. Christianity and Christian discipleship is a way of being in the world. It's a way of doing things differently because Christ is in us. We are challenged this week to let these words of Jesus really sink in, to look at the arc of our lives and ask, what is really important? Not to earn God's grace, we already have that, but to live into the